Hey, welcome back to a new video. We make meticulous efforts to ensure the utmost cleanliness of our food. Government agencies are specifically dedicated to this task, and many common practices in our kitchens are designed to maintain the cleanliness of our food. However, what if we informed you that some of the most flavorful and nutritious foods originate from some of the most disgusting substances in the world, such as feces and vomit? Surprisingly, certain creatures' secretions, which may seem detestable, are utilized in the production of food items consumed globally, sometimes even commanding a high price. Are you new to this channel? I really appreciate you subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Number 1. Tarmigan droppings. Originate is a term used by the Inuit in Greenland to talk about the poop of rock and willow ptarmigans, which they consider a fancy dish. Ptarmigans are these cool white birds related to chickens, turkeys, and pheasants. People sometimes call them snow chickens because they've got feathered ear flaps, eyelids, and nostrils, making them total pros at handling freezing winters. These birds eat willow and birch plants, and their poop becomes a valuable food source in certain parts of Greenland, especially when things get tough in the harsh environment. People collect the dried droppings in winter. Fresh ones in the summer are a no-go. A single ptarmigan can drop poop about 50 times in one spot, so there's plenty of originate to gather. After collecting, they cook it up with rancid seal oil and chunks of seal meat. Now, in Greenland, if you tease someone about eating poop, they won't be mad. In fact, they might just invite you to join in on the feast. Number 2. Panda dung tea. When you think about tea, you might picture yourself chilling in a comfy chair, by a toasty fire, munching on a warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie. Pandas and their poop probably don't cross your mind. Well, surprise, surprise, it's all about that panda dung. Pandas are famous for munching on bamboo, but here's the scoop. They only digest around 30% of the good stuff in bamboo. That means their poop is still loaded with the vitamins and minerals from the plant, perfect for making killer fertilizer. Meet Yasi, a tea whiz from Sichuan University and a wildlife expert. He's taken panda dung and turned it into something special, green tea with a twist. Yasi's tea is grown with panda dung as fertilizer, and he swears by its unique benefits. According to him, just like green tea, bamboo contains an element that can prevent cancer and enhance green tea's anti-cancer effects if it is used as fertilizer for the tea. Fancy, right? But here's the kicker, Yasi's panda dung green tea comes with a hefty price tag of $35,000 per pound. Talking about tea. At number 3. Insect droppings tea. In southwest China, there's this traditional drink called insect tea that's popular among the local ethnic community. It's not as gross as it sounds, trust me. So, here's the deal, they make insect tea from the poop of bugs that munch on plants. People set up a cool mix of wild rattan and tea leaves to attract insects like the stick insect Eurycnema versabrubra. The bugs chow down, leaving their droppings behind. Now, it's not as simple as scooping up bug poop and calling it a day. The locals take the leftover rattan and tea leaves from the droppings, fry them up in the oven, and then give them a second fry with tea and honey. And bam, you've got yourself a cup of insect droppings tea. I know it might sound kinda icky, but surprise surprise, it's got a unique scent and a bit of sweetness to the taste. And get this, insect tea has been a go-to for ages to beat the summer heat, keep your spleen and stomach in check, and help with digestion. Even modern research says it's safe, nutritious, and can do some cool stuff like lower blood lipids, control blood pressure, and regulate blood sugar levels. Are you a coffee fanatic? Brace yourself for one of the most expensive coffees worldwide, with a production process that might make you cringe a bit. Number 4. Cat poop coffee. Luwak coffee is made from beans that have taken a unique journey through the digestive system of an Indonesian cat-like critter called the civet cat. Here's the scoop, the civet cat munches on the coffee beans, but since it can't fully digest them, it passes them out in its poop. Yep, you read that right. The beans are then picked from the animal's droppings, cleaned up, and voila, you've got Kopi Luwak, aka Luwak coffee. Now, before you scrunch up your nose, consider this, a single cup of this coffee can cost you anywhere from $35 to $100. What makes it so pricey, you ask? Well, these beans are super smooth, extra aromatic, and contain less caffeine compared to your regular coffee beans. So, if you're up for a unique and wallet-squeezing coffee experience, Luwak coffee might be your jam. The next coffee on the list comes from elephant dung. Number 5. Elephant dung coffee. also known as black ivory coffee, the rarest and priciest coffee on the planet. It's made using a method similar to cat poop coffee, but with a twist that involves elephants. Here's the lowdown. The Ivory Coffee Company's elephants munch on Arabica coffee cherries. These cherries journey through the elephants' digestive systems and are later collected from their droppings. Believe it or not, a mere 35 grams of this coffee can set you back $120, almost 3 times the cost of Kopi Luwak. Now, why the hefty price tag? It's mostly because it takes a ton of coffee cherries to make the final product. To be precise, it takes a whopping 33 kilograms of raw coffee cherries to produce just 1 kilogram of black ivory coffee. Sounds crazy, right? But hey, people swear it's delicious. Picture this: notes of chocolate, malt, and spice, with a touch of tobacco and grass. Some say it's like a blend of coffee and tea with a hint of cherry. Weird, but delightful. Another product from elephant poop, but this time it's a beer. At number 6. Elephant Dung Beer. Say hello to Kono Kuro. This beer's name is a clever play on words, taking a pun on the Japanese term for crap, which is unko. Created by the St. Gallen Brewery in Kanagawa for April Fool's 2013, this beer flew off the shelves within minutes of hitting the market. What makes it stand out? Well, it's a stout with a twist. It's brewed with an unexpected ingredient: coffee. And not just any coffee, but coffee beans collected from the helpful elephants at Thailand's Golden Triangle Elephant Foundation, known as black ivory coffee. Now, because being a fan of black ivory coffee comes with a price, a keg of Kono Kuro can set you back a cool $1,100. If you're thinking of a night out with this unique brew, be prepared to drop a couple of $100 for just one glass. But according to one reviewer, it might just be worth it. They said, "After taking my first sip, there was an initial bitterness that got washed over by a wave of sweetness. Following that, a mellow body rolled in and spread out through my mouth." Intriguing, right? Number 7. Beaver butt secretion. Ever heard of castoreum? It's a funky thing that beavers use to mark their turf, and get this, it smells like vanilla. Castoreum comes from a special sac near a beaver's tail, known as the castor sac. Now, here's the wild part. It's so close to their rear end that it often includes a mix of anal secretions and urine. Yeah, kinda gross. What's crazier is that this yellow, syrupy stuff is rumored to be in everyday vanilla-flavored things. Think ice cream or strawberry-flavored oatmeal. But hold up, don't panic just yet. Castoreum is crazy rare and super expensive, so it's not exactly hiding in your favorite treats. However, it does pop up in niche products like Baversnaps, a Swedish liquor. Number 8. Insect secretion. Ever wonder about that shiny glaze on your candy, chocolate, or even waxed fruit? Well, chances are, it's got something called shellac in it. So, what's the deal with shellac? It's the purified form of lac, which is the gooey stuff secreted by the Lasier lacaker insect found in places like India, Thailand, and Burma. Here's the lowdown. These little bugs leave their secretion on twigs, and we collect it. To make sure it's all clean, the twigs go through a process, first soaked in water to get rid of any bug bits, then soaked in sodium carbonate to neutralize stomach acids from the bugs. After that, it's transformed into different things: the shiny coating on your chocolates, the hard stuff on your nicely manicured nails, or even the varnish on your furniture. So, next time you're munching on Skittles, M&Ms, or any candy with a glossy finish, just remember you might be indulging in a bit of insect-related magic. Number 9. Whale vomit. Ever heard of ambergris? It's this rare thing found in the stomach and throat of sperm whales, and it's a hot ingredient in many fancy dishes and cocktails. People often call it the treasure of the sea or floating gold. Now, get this, it's valued at a whopping $29,000 per kilogram and is even used in making high-end perfumes. But here's the wild part: ambergris is whale vomit. Yep, humans stumbled upon it when whales covered undesirable stuff in this greasy material and spat it out. Now, it's not just floating around in the ocean, it's making its way into gourmet egg dishes and getting mixed into drinks at swanky bars. History lesson: King Charles II of England reportedly loved a dish with eggs and ambergris. And this stuff has been a flavor booster in Turkish coffee and 18th century European hot chocolate. Plus, some cultures believe it's an aphrodisiac. Who would have thought whale vomit could be such a delicacy, right? Number 10. Bird nest soup. Ever heard of Yenwa nest soup? Brace yourself because it's one of the priciest dishes out there. A kilogram of the raw material sets you back a cool $2,500, and if you want a portion of the soup, be ready to drop around $2,000. Now, what's the fuss about? The base of this soup comes from the nests of Salangan birds, which look kinda like swallows. These birds build their nests using their saliva, and when it's exposed to the air, it turns into this sticky substance. Salangans prefer nesting in rocks and caves, and their nests have been a delicacy for over 400 years, usually whipped up into a soup. Chinese cuisine loves them for their rarity, high protein content, and rich flavor, making them some of the priciest animal products humans consume, with jaw-dropping prices reaching up to $9,500 per kilogram depending on the grading. Now, the grading of a swallow nest depends on the bird species, as well as the shape and color of the nest. Typically, it's white, but there's also a red version sometimes called the blood nest. According to traditional Chinese medicine, slurping down this soup is supposed to work wonders for your health, especially your skin. Talk about an expensive beauty treat. And that completes the list of 10 expensive and delicious food items made from animal poop and vomit. Have you ever tried eating or drinking any one on the list? Or which food do you love to try? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.